Wow. Yeah. So I actually saw a clip here, and first off, I want to say hello, the world of YouTube. So I do want to touch up on something, and wow, I have to be honest. I've been seeing a lot of content creators posting the same thing, and um, damn, I don't even know where to begin. It just seems the monetization in crown crates, okay? There's been I saw this one YouTuber, Azura, and I seen her video on the whole thing about like the stop doing this kind of thing, with the crown crates and stuff like that. Now, whether or not it may be just speculation, I know that there's been a lot of forums, a lot of posts on Reddit, people mad, the way how the monetization is, or how it's going, and how heavily it is becoming an issue versus, like I said, I'm under, it's under speculation, but the thing is, having a Met Day on ESO, it just kind of, I don't even know where to begin. I'm like, wow. So, in my experience playing ESO, yes, there has been a slight small decrease in the population, not big enough to where it's that bad, but a lot of veteran players who did play are no longer playing. We have new people who joined up into playing ESL, and it's almost kind of like they don't have a lick of sense, and I don't even know if I can really say about the new players, man. I don't feel like I need to. It just seems like it's not what it used to be. I don't know if I can put it in the right word, so stop me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if I could, I know ESO is not what it used to be. The Necron class, the whole Necron chapter, I'm stoked that it's coming out, but, I mean, what's going to happen when they complete it? What am I going to do when I complete another zone? What do I do? I didn't really buy the Scribes of Fate DLC. I came close this week, but a little conscience told me that I should probably wait until after I've done the actual DLC that's dropping in the 20th. I kind of feel that I'd rather be surprised with the DLC before getting the actual dungeons, because at least you get caught up to speed. I mean, people were kind of like in a hurry to get it, but the truth of the matter is, I want to wait until the actual DLC comes out, because something? Being a fan in this outcome, and why I'm getting this Necron chapter. Now, I know there's people, I've had friends of mine ask me, it's like, why am I getting it? Well, why am I getting the Necron chapters? Because there's a part of it in the game that takes you to the City of the Dead, which I actually happen to like stuff like that, so I think this is like the thing I'm basically stoked up on. But right now I'm not buying the new DLC, I'm not buying the new dungeons yet until after I've completed the actual story, the actual chapter. And for me, I'm if none of you have not known, in ESO, I'm always a completionist in zones. I've done the chapters, I've done and basically the whole zones itself, the story zones and what have you. And you know, in spite of everything in my bio here on YouTube, but I have completed every zone. I've liked some zones that were okay, and there were zones I didn't like. For an example, the Reach, I thought that was kind of eh. Um, and I think they could have done a better job with. To be perfectly honest, I think they could have done a better job with the one in Western Skyrim. The Harrowstorm, excuse me. The Harrowstorm DLC wasn't that bad. I mean, I have to be honest. Like Unhallowed Grave and you know, like what else was there? There was the one about the Arcasis, the Stone Garden. But I think at times it becomes meh. You know, I don't get the time to. After a while, when you get to certain zones, you don't get the time to really enjoy it anymore because, like, you know, when you are a one and done and you complete it, you just kind of get bored with it. And I've always felt that, in the sense direction, I know people, you know, it's like that mixed population are saying that, you know, they don't like ESO because the monetization's gotten pretty bad, it's gotten out of control, you know, and disdain for the game itself in its entirety. I generally have a different opinion about it. I don't think it's heavily monetized. To me, I don't think it is. I mean, I think the one that really gets me is the Crown Crate. That's the one Crown Crate. If I go into my store here real quick and I'll show you what I'm talking about. The one thing I don't like, maybe in a sense, I have to, well, in one sense or another, I do have to agree with it. I mean, it's bad enough you gotta pay $14 and up for the ESL Plus membership. But, I mean, everything else here is not bad. I mean, kinda. But, in all honesty, I think there's some things that need to be probably put in reconsideration. Like, for an example here, this Roguebound Crate Bundle, which I see people getting uptight about, and I can see it. You know, I mean, you're heavily monetizing. Wow, I can't even talk today. Heavily monetizing the Ragebound Crate Bundle. I mean, I've seen members, like in my friends guild, who have gotten the skin, who have paid about 80,000 crowns, which can be almost close to about, let's say, what, $64, $80, some shit like that. That I can see being a bit more out of. What I'm saying is, it's out of control. I mean, you got these crates here. I mean, look at this, right? So you have the Ragebound crate, but people think that, you know, it's a good idea to have this as a combo, which, I mean, in a sense it is, but it just doesn't, it's too heavily, there's too much monetization. I mean, I'm not going to say anything about this. I mean, the Void Mother's Wawa. But the thing is, and this is right with Azura, what she said, and she indicated that, I think a lot of the stuff that you see here in the store should be earned by completing certain dungeons. Like, I have to agree with that whole aspect of it. I mean, this skin right here, I don't know. I mean, I look at this skin, but it doesn't look that great. There's one in Impreziaro that actually gives you a better skin, and it's a little bit, and it's got more to it. I mean, that was kind of meh. And my other thing I do have to point out, I mean, like, there's certain things here. I mean, I've gotten this bundle right here, which is the Shadowstella Scholars bundle, which isn't that bad. I actually happen to like it. And I'll show you where I have placed it. It's just, I just happen to like that one. It was pretty cool. Plus, it's part of the whole Morrowind thing, so it kind of went into this house here, and I'm going to show you where I put it. I mean, it took me a long time to figure out what to do with this place, but I'll give everybody a tour of what I spent the crowns on, rather than what I didn't spend the crowns on. And so I'm going to travel over here. And I do want to indicate that, you know, this house was, at first, like, I kind of thought this house was ugly, but in truth, I actually got used to it in time. Like, I learned to grow with it. It was kind of weird. But like I said, a lot of things in Crown Crate don't really, some stuff in the Crown Crate store should be earned in the game. I mean, I like the Seals of Endeavor, but there's some things that need to kind of be reworked, or maybe kind of, I don't know. I think they gotta be reworked or put in reconsideration. But as you can tell, with those statues, I think this is the only thing in the store this year that was worth of my interest in buying, were these scholars right here. And what I'm saying that is, this year with the Crown Crate store, I'll be honest, they've gone to repeating certain things, and these were the only two that caught my eye in the store. I guess what I'm saying is that everything in the store lately is becoming a bit more meh than normal, and I think that the reward system should really be reworked. I shouldn't say, there's no in-game reward system, and the thing is, I think the reward system, they should put a reward system in there. Like, you know, something different. I mean, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, basically, what I'm saying is, all this stuff here, right? And I've gone over this before in my last video. I mean, okay, this is cool. This is cool right here, right? The Elder Tide, which is not bad. I mean, yeah, we all can use that, right? This, I guess we can use, but, you know, like certain things, like, I think, like, cool shit like this, a little bit of the gold, probably some, you know, a couple of materials here and there, but the rest of this garbage crap, I mean, except for the alliance points or the PvP, I mean, if you're not, like, really big in PvP, this is good right here. Especially the Valtiers. But everything else here, where I'm, like, moving the white box, I think a lot of this should be gone. I mean, especially the stuff that you got here, certain things up here that have been taken, are basically all meaningless, and I think that there's, you know, and in truth, I mean, I have to agree with all the other content creators in this, and, I just think it's just, you know, they need to really rework it, and maybe kind of think about something different, especially for veteran players who really can't, you know, who really actually quit ESO because of the what little of reward system they have. And I gotta be honest, I mean, it's not much without going to say, you know, me personally, I think there's a lot of things they need to really rework. And the speculation, the other thing that's been kind of very interesting is that there's a speculation going on into the PvP, the White Streaks Mayhem. Now, rumor has it they're supposed to do it later on this year. Another is supposed to be next month, I believe. So, we don't know. I don't know. I just know that, you know, certain things right now should be really taken care of. A possibility that I think they should add something. Like, I know we have Battlegrounds and we have Mid-Year, but I just think that there should be another event. I mean, I don't know, maybe something like a dungeon or something that's worth, like a dungeon that you can actually get certain things, like you can find certain things in a dungeon or something. Like, I don't know, maybe earn some kind of nice juicy reward. You know, like maybe, you know, and it's like I said before, I mean, if they cover like certain rewards, like by the month, like maybe 1 month you have a house that you don't have, you know, throw it in there. You know, make people want to play. Or instead of having combat pets, you know, throw in like a really awesome looking mount. You know, the more you, what I'm trying to say is the more you put a whole gambling system in or monetization, the less that people are going to be interested. I mean, if you're that stupid, I mean, if you are that stupid enough to pay that much to roll for an Apex reward. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, I do have, and this kind of goes back to what Azura was saying about the Apex reward. I do have one myself, which was the Borla Wolf, which is an allied wolf that I have in my inventory, which I can actually show you. I will go into my collections, go to my mounts. See, the funny thing is, I have all the, yeah, and I have that too, but all of these mounts, like the Norris Steed, that one was that one I had to fight for to get, because I do have an account with ESO ZeniMax, and that took a while to get because there was a confusion on my account. So, anyways, going down here, I have almost all of the horses except for 3. But at one point or at some time I will get it. I'm not sure when, but eventually in the near future. Like all this here, I mean, that one, for all the cats, I just need the one more. I've been trying to get it. I've been trying to get this one in general for Sunspire, but my luck with finding a good group to run it with has been less than stellar, so I haven't gotten it yet, but eventually I will. I don't know when. As you can tell, yeah, I'm a cat lover. I mean, like, this right here was pretty good, the Battlefield Cinch and stuff like that, but right here is the Varla Born Wolf, which is one of the Apex rewards. So that's the one I gotten, I think, a couple of years ago, in the Crown Crate, which I lucked out in. But most of my Crown Crate pets, or not pets, my mounts, have been basically the Sovereign Guards. Like this one here, the Charger. Not the Feline, not that one either. This one here, I have all the Gores. So the Sovereign Guard Gore. Not there. Where else do I have it? Nope, that's the one from High Isle. Yeah, I have a couple of the heavyweights, but the Sovereign Guard Stout Heart Bear, that's another one I have. And yeah, there's only 3 of them I have, but like I said, they were all Crown Crate. And the Adamantium horse, which I should have shown this one, was also a Crown Crate drop. Which, you know, it's telling, like, when you play for so long and you see a lot of your friends come and go on ESO because of the heavy monetization with the Crown Crates, and you know, the small chance you're gonna get an Apex mount or a really nice mount in that matter. You know, I think that they gotta rework the whole rewarding system, and my feelings with everything that has gone on, it's just, you know, I don't even know how else to put it in perspective, except I think it just worries me that ZOS is gonna make something, they're gonna make a bad choice somewhere in the game, and it could cause a problem. I mean, it's bad enough we already have players, the separation between the PvE and the PvP players, but I also think that you gotta come up with something where, if you want to make your players happy, come up with a better reward system, or make something enjoyable and worth rewarding into doing content. Or like, if you're gonna complete like a certain dungeon, you get like a certain reward, you know, like something where people feel like they're getting the time and effort put in, and something worth deserving. You know, for me, normally I don't, like I said, I'm not much of a gambler, and I don't really do a lot of the rolling on the crown crates as much. And I know, before anybody says anything, I know but on my own, I'm not gonna say I'm on my own worst hypocrite, because that's not the truth. But in the past, I've done a little bit of crown crate rolls. I haven't done like a heavy amount where I feel like I need to buy or have stuff on that list on the store. I can't do it. But with everything that has gone on in recent, I really don't do my ESO Plus anymore. And a good reason why I don't, the ESO Plus is optional, but I realize that the ESO Plus, buying the crown crates, are more of a money waster than they are if you were to get like the chests when you do your writs and master writs or your writs. Get those, and you can free up your inventory space, and you know, and that's just all I want to, you know, put out there. You know, there are other ways to not get ESO Plus. There's other ways you don't need to have like certain things to, you know. I mean, it's cool to buy the chapters, because at least you get the mounts there. You know what I mean? But if you're trying to roll for a mount, I wouldn't even advise it. It's just my way of saying that. Be careful what you roll on, or be careful what you get in the crown store, because, you know, like, it's like I said, rolling for a crown crate to get an Apex mount, and you're building up your hopes, and it's not even worth it. I mean, I've seen people spend like thousands of dollars just to the fact that, you know, they want to get this really cool looking mount or something cool out of it, but in turn they blow their whole entire paycheck, you know. And I've seen people do it. I've seen people play other MMOs besides ESO spend about over $10,000, if not more. But those are people like, you know, if money's not an object, it's one thing, but if you're like the type of person who doesn't have money coming out of their wazoo, then you can't do it, you know what I mean? I'm just being honest here, being, you know, in sense, trying to like say a lot of things in this homework place I am going to show real quick, which I thought was really interesting. This year I actually got myself the Frostvault. This one I got last year because I was like in dire need of a witch's hut. So I bought that one last year for the Halloween event. It was pretty cool. But these 3 houses here were the ones I wanted. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm happy as is right now with all the notables and the stuff I have. I mean, it just seems like the current notable homes that, you know, people are dropping off. You know, they're not as good as, yeah, I got that one too, but they're not as good as what the ones I have in my inventory. Like this here is my favorite one. And the reason why I like certain houses because I'm just picky that way. You know, I can't. I mean, I like lighthouses, the one that they have released now, but it's not spacious enough. I don't like the idea. I mean, if you like that kind of idea, like where you want to live on a rock and have a lighthouse, hey, that's fine, man. I'm not gonna argue about it. But a lot of things I've done in time of ESO and you know, ironically, in September it's gonna be my 8th year, and it's gonna feel weird, you know, 8 years playing ESO, and it just time goes by quick, and you see your friends come and go, and things change, and for me, I'm not the one that likes things that change. I don't like I don't like that. I think in sense it's like, I don't know. I just maybe I probably will feel better once the Necron chapter comes out. You know, I don't know. But there's only so much you can really you know, do. You know, in the ESO, I mean, people say that there's tons to do, but to me, yeah, I get it, you know, there are things to do, but some of it is not really all grabs my interest, because like I said, I'm picky about certain things, and I don't want to, I don't know, I just don't want to do very much of anything else at that point. But anyways, I think I rambled on long enough. And I'm just here at the Panther thing right now, just trying to, you know, give a small brief tour of things. I mean, like, this is my pride and joy, but, you know, I didn't add a whole lot into this area, but, you know, it's what the hey, right? You gotta do what you gotta do, and stuff like that. But, yeah, I figured that, you know, I kind of put it out there, and what I was observing and I was watching, I mean, the other thing I am going to say, though, real quick, I'm just hoping that ZeniMax doesn't, shoot themselves in the foot later on, because, you know, having, you know, that kind of heavy monetization can actually make or break a game, so I just want to put it out there. It's, you know, just the way it is. I mean, I know there's going to be people who are going to be like, oh, well, you shouldn't, you know, if you don't like playing the game, then why are you playing it? It's like, well, I play it because, you know, I got tired of the other MMOs. It was similar things I played with other MMOs where, I've gotten to the point, I got so bored of what was going on, and eventually I'm going to be heading that way with ESO at some point. And like in my other video stated that who knows if I'm going to be on ESO a lot. And I've actually been true to my word. I've only come on ESO only on like a couple days a week. I've been playing another game. I've been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight. I tried to get myself into Neo Genesis, but New Genesis of Phantasy Star, but after I realized how the mechanics suck in the game and everything else, I basically just left it. So basically I've been playing other games. Been basically backing away from ESO. Just slowly but surely, but at some point it'll come to a point where I won't be on ESO as much. If I am, I'm normally helping out my guild. So that's all I do. So anyways, I do want to say to everybody, thank you for watching, and if you have anything you want to mention, please put down on the comments below. Tell me what your thoughts are about where you think the direction of, or what you think the direction of ESO is heading into. Is it a good direction? Is it going to a bad direction? Have you decided not to play anymore because of the heavy monetization? Just let me know down in the bottom, the comments down below, and tell me what you think. And hope to see you guys in the next upcoming stream. But without that further ado, I'm going to say like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, bye for now.